Hey Arsenal fans, what's the excuse now? Because over the past few weeks, we've heard all of them. We've heard that Declan Rice was not supposed to be sent off. We've heard that Leandro Trossard had only a second to react to the whistle. What's the excuse now? We did say a long time ago that Arsenal might have a discipline problem. And if you're actually talking about reasonable Arsenal fans, they will tell you that the problem necessarily is not really the actual red cards that were awarded against Arsenal, but it was the consistency that other teams were not getting yellows or the same treatment or the same punishment for the same actions, which is okay. But like I said, it did not necessarily give Arsenal a leg to stand on as an excuse for why the red card wasn't going to be given. But in this case, it's clear as day. And thank God we had Howard Webb present at the stadium, because VAR looked like they were about to mess it up. The referee initially gave a yellow, and it looks like, the VAR were trying to do a good job this time around with their boss's boss at present. When your boss is present at work and he's watching, you definitely want to do a good job and you don't want to mess it up. So for me, good decision. Some Arsenal fans are trying to say it's not a red card as Ben White was undercover and he's a long way from goal. It's a clear goal scoring opportunity. There's no way Ben White is stopping Evan Nilsson here. He's gone. Saliba knew what he was doing. And listen, I am a fan for someone taking one for the team, that's for sure. Like Fede Valverde for Atletico Madrid against Real Madrid in the Super Cup in the 115th minute. Yes, that makes sense, right? But in this case, it's only 26 minutes in. It's only against Bournemouth. And if you have a great keeper such as Raya, let Evan Nelson go through. Let's see if he scores. Maybe Raya can save it. He's on amazing form. He could save the one-on-one. Or if Bournemouth scores, it's just 1-0 and you have 11 men to get back into the game. You're Arsenal, right? And I think for some reason, Arsenal are also not practicing. Arteta at gym or at training, he's not practicing playing attacking football with 10 men. It just looks like every time Arsenal go behind to 10 men, they don't have a plan on how to attack. We said, Arsenal fans were saying, oh, it's City. You can't go to City and attack against 10 men. You have to hold on. And they tried to do that. But unfortunately, City scored in the last minute and took the 3 points away. And they only went away with the point. So it didn't work. They tried to do that against Brighton, but Brighton also scored. And they left away with a draw at the Emirates. Now what's the excuse? It's not Brighton, it's not City, it's Bournemouth. And surely if Arsenal is really a big team and if Arsenal are back, they can take on any team, or at least Bournemouth with 10 men. I would actually say the game is favored to the team with 11 people. It doesn't matter who you're playing against, whether it's City or Arsenal, but in this Premier League day and age, I do think it's an advantage to the other team, and they should actually try to go for all the 3 points. And I think Bournemouth did well. They played a fantastic corner, used their own dark arts or set piece masterclasses against the team that we know for scoring the most set pieces. That was a brilliant goal by Christie, and Bournemouth just wrapped it up with the penalty. So I think at the end of the day, Arsenal, this is a reality check, and I think this is a great opportunity to have an honest conversation with yourself of where Arsenal are and where they're trying to be. Because last week or 2 weeks ago, the conversation was about being invincible. And I don't know if just getting a draw away at City means you're going to go invincible. Arsenal did that already last season. So I am not sure, where all of that confidence was coming from. But besides that, I do think it's a good time to have an honest reflection. You have an honest reflection and assessment of where your team is, where it's trying to go, and maybe start discussing things like who is a Saka replacement, because Sterling right now, he's not looking like it. I'm so sorry. Someone said that even though Chelsea are paying more than half of Raheem Sterling's wages, even though that Arsenal didn't pay a loan fee for Raheem Sterling, it looks like they were still robbed, and that is insane. Kai Havertz has definitely been one of the best Arsenal players, and he's improved. So a few bad games does not, mean that he's back to that old Kai Havertz that was struggling. But I think overall, Arsenal's strength is defense, but they need to start working on their attack. They definitely need to start working on their attack and their tactics. I think Arteta needs to have a relook at his tactics. With that being said, Manchester United won. I should say that Joshua Zirkzee, unfortunately for me, it's crazy to say, but he does not look like a Premier League player right now. Shocking. Even if he came on for like 15 minutes, shocking. Rashford got a brilliant assist. Garnacho was trying the whole game and ended up getting his goal. And I think for Erik ten Hag, a much needed win against Brentford. Not an easy team to play against, but United got the job done. And, at least maybe that might be a start of better results. An interesting Saturday in the Premier League. Martinez saving a penalty at Fulham and then blowing kisses to the Fulham fans. Back on his housery stuff. Kudus. what possessed Kudus, we don't know. He scored a goal, has one of the coldest celebrations in the Premier League for me, top 3, that's for sure. But then he started smacking everyone. And completely lost his head and got a red card. So interesting Saturday. For sure. Apparently there were 5 red cards on Saturday. This is how the league is looking at the moment. Obviously dropped points by Arsenal. Now City and Liverpool and Chelsea have an opportunity to capitalize. And obviously it's Liverpool against Chelsea later on today. So that is officially the big game of the weekend for me. But Bournemouth gave us a shock result and they stay ahead of Manchester United in the top half of the table. Manchester United again got the win, so at least moving, maybe taking a step forward there. Brighton is still doing well, by the way. Brighton have beaten Newcastle. Newcastle are looking shaky this season again, but Brighton has had a fantastic start to the season. Yeah, with that being said, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please subscribe and I'll see you in the next one. I'll be back for the big review, Liverpool versus Chelsea, later on. Bye-bye.